So the all-creating sovereign, mind of perfect purity, the consummation of all. 1. Homage to the all-creating sovereign, the mind of complete purity, the victorious one. At a time this sermon was taught in the realm no below, where reality is like the sky and the dimension of reality itself like the vastness of the sky. There is the place where the mind itself exists. In the untainted mansion of pristine awareness, the all-creating sovereign's own being, her actuating essence, her compassion and pristine awareness became manifest as various retinues in the following way. The retinue emerging from her own being is known as the retinue of truth manifestation, the retinue of her actuating essence, the manifestation of consummate joy, is called the retinue of the element earth, retinue of the element water, retinue of the element fire, retinue of the element wind, retinue of the element sky. Furthermore, the manifesting of her compassion and pristine awareness as retinues in form of corporeal manifestations happened in this way. The retinue known as sentient beings of the realm of desire, the retinue known as the sentient beings of the realm of form, and the retinue known as the sentient beings of the realm of formlessness. Furthermore, the retinues equal to her own being correspond to the four yogas, the retinue of Ati Yoga, the retinue of Anu Yoga, the retinue of Maha Yoga, and the retinue of the Bodhisattva Yoga. As her own being, her actuating essence and her compassion are inseparable from her nature. There is only one method. Furthermore, the retinues cognizing her own being are such. The retinue resting in her, it is the Buddhas of the past. The retinue realizing her objective, it is the present Buddhas. The retinue that brings forth her deeds, it is the Buddhas to come later, because they are inseparable from her own being. There is only one method. After that, the all-creating sovereign, the mind of perfect purity, absorbed into her mind and heart all the retinues, so that they were blessed with her own being. She then let the self-originating pristine awareness become lucid. To endow all things with reality, she then dwelt as one in the void focus after she had united all things. After that, Semspa Dorje, who abided through her in the great void focus of her own being, emerged from this state and sat down with the mind of joy and a pure and bright appearance in front of the all-creating sovereign, the mind
Um,
of perfect purity.
I just want to make a note here that they're talking about how reality was created by the mind, but they're using a very old context. They're doing it in the context of deities. So where she represents your mind and the retinues represent the living aspect of your mind. So all this sort of anger, all this compassion, all this joy, that would typically be personified as the peaceful and wrathful Buddhas, because it's sort of all living. You see, so in the sense that it's all living, uh, they they talk about it like this. And Dorji Sempa is Vajrasattva. That's just your Sambhogakaya sort of lucidity coming from the Dharmakaya. So I know this is a little bit, the explanation sounds strange, and we'll talk about it in a more modern context and more mind-oriented language, but I just want you to understand and not get lost too much about that, okay?
The all-creating sovereign, the mind of perfect purity, spoke to Semspadorje. Semspadorje, Emaho, generate a mind of joy, Emaho. Produce a pure and bright countenance, Emaho. You have come forth from me, Emaho. Thus she spoke. Then Semspadorje addressed her. O teacher of the teachers, all-creating sovereign, is the void focus of the non-conceptual also the teacher herself? Or is the void focus of the non-conceptual also the entirety of retinues? Or is the void focus of the non-conceptual also the entirety of teachings? Or is the void focus also time and place? Or how does the teacher of the teachers teach if everything abides in the nature of this void focus? For what purpose do the retinues circulate as her retinues? Why is a teaching taught to the retinues? How can it be that time and place are one? Thus he asked. After that, the all-creating sovereign, the mind of perfect purity, gave Semspadorje the following instruction. O great Bodhisattva, direct your mind towards this instruction. Let me explain the meaning. O Semspadorje, mind as such, it is I, the all-creating sovereign, am the central vigor of all things. This central vigor, which is non-conceptual, is the primordial void focus. The void focus, in its final value, is without conceptualization from the primordial. The teacher, the teachings, the retinues, time and place, they emerged from me as the primordial void focus. My own being is known as the void focus. Such the
Okay,
all-creating sovereign, the mind of perfect purity spoke.
yeah, I just want to say it's Sempa. That extra S is just a transliteration of Wiley. So it's Sempa Dorje, okay?
Sempadorje, right. So this is the first chapter, the introduction. After that, the all-creating sovereign, the mind of complete purity, dwelt in what is called a contemplation of all things emerged from her. Then Sempadorje arose from the own being of the retinues, and, approaching with a smiling face the teacher, the all-creating sovereign, the mind of perfect purity, asked her and sat down. O teacher of teachers, all-creating sovereign, as I am in an integrated way present in your retinues, what is then the objective of my existence? Please teach me about the objective of my existence. Such he spoke. Then the all-creating sovereign, the mind of perfect purity, laid out all things on the basis of her own being, her actuating essence, and her compassion. That from one great self originated awareness, the five great self originated awareness come is as follows. The
Okay,
great.
1 second. Sorry. I just don't want people to get lost, okay? This is dealing with the five wisdoms. It's just a little bit of a different, sometimes they call it the five aspects of awareness and things like that. So these are just five parts of your mind, all right? And remember again, this sounds a lot like a creation story, doesn't it? Like a theistic creation story. I think this is an ancient text, probably around way before the 7th century, 8th century, when I think that it was first credited as being transcribed. But perhaps keep this in mind that it's talking about your mind, but look how closely it sounds like our ideas of God and things like that. Huh?
The great self originated awareness as hatred, as attachment, ignorance, jealousy, and pride. These five self originated awarenesses bring forth the five great elements as cause of adornment. She set up the three great realms as a receptacle of what is perishable. That the cause of adornment obtained its five forms as one is as follows. There is the form of earth as the cause of adornment. There is the form of water, fire, wind, and sky as causes of adornment. All these forms were obtained as one. The five awarenesses were organized according to the five families. The family of self-originated awareness of hatred, that of the awareness of attachment, of ignorance, of jealousy, and of pride. The beautiful appearance of the forms of the families associated with the five self-originated awarenesses was set up as the reality of those endowed with a body. As reality was set up in accord with her own being, even the all-creating sovereign, the mind of perfect purity, dwelt in this manner. Then Sempadodre again abode in front of the all-creating sovereign, the mind of perfect purity. O teacher, all-creating sovereign, from the self-originated awareness, one with your mind, the five forms of self-originated awareness come, and from that the five causes of adornment come. O all-creating sovereign, what is the reason for this fact that the five self-originated awarenesses adopt five different forms? Such, he asked. The all-creating sovereign, the mind of perfect purity, explained further. O great
One
bodies.
sec, just to give you all a heads up what's happening here. Just like that Pink Floyd logo that you see where pure white light is going and it's creating a spectrum of color. Well, Dzogchen is positing the same thing, that your mind is sort of pure. That's the all creating sovereign, but it goes through the prism of your awareness nature. Your clear light mind is the prism. Interesting enough, these fields in physics have been likened to prisms, actually, like the Higgs boson and the unified field and things like that. So I just want you to look at this in a more modern way. I think it really can complement your understanding then. So let's say your pure mind sort of goes through this prism of um, your clear light awareness, and then it turns to these colors, this blue, yellow, red, green, and white. And those colors Your mind is so powerful that with we don't need to think of it as anger in a sense of, oh, I'm mad at you. No, anger in a sense of deep lucidity, a feeling of anger that's seated in your mind on a very deep level, almost like an ocean wave. It's an act of consciousness that's very deep. So your anger turns to space, your pride turns to earth, your desire turns to fire, your envy turns to air, and your ignorance turns to water. So the mind, just like when you're dreaming, you can create a whole world. Well, the root aspects of your mind that are creating that world, ignorance is creating the water. Your jealousy is creating the air. Your desire is creating the fire. Your pride is creating the earth. And the anger is creating the space. So anger is the color of blue. Blue is a frequency. Blue is an energy. Anger is an energy. It's a vibration. So you're basically oscillating your pure mirror-like wisdom into anger and creating space. You're oscillating your wisdom of equality into pride and creating earth. You're oscillating your discerning wisdom into desire and creating fire. You're oscillating the all accomplishing wisdom into jealousy to create air, and oscillating the wisdom of Dharmata, of all phenomenon, into ignorance to create water. And so this also corresponds with the eight consciousnesses. Your all accomplishing wisdom is turning into the five senses, and with the power of envy and air. Your the wisdom of Dharmata is the basis, creating that alaya consciousness that's getting seeded with ignorance and creating water. Same with anger, sort of arises there, this separation of self and other. Okay, and I know that's a lot, but that's the very apex of the teachings. That's everything. If you know the five wisdoms and how they turn into the five kleshas and the five elements and the eight consciousnesses, well, then you understand the entire Buddhist canon. Really, I think so. And if you understand this, how I put it here, then you will for sure understand what's about to be read by Yeshe there. So, any questions about that? What I just said? Pretty straightforward, kind of, sort of. We want to start to see this with our mind. It's not a belief like, oh, you believe in Jesus. I believe that ignorance creates water. It's not like that. It's to really begin to see how the mind creates elements and reifies the world. So Tashi asking, can you please repeat the association between elements and wisdoms if I heard it correctly? Yeah, your mirror like now remember that here in the text they're being called the five awarenesses. To me, they're just it's like the sun. You can say different things about the sun. It's warm, it illuminates, it's a cause for growth. We have sort of five qualities about the sun. Well, we could say the same thing about your pure awareness. Even though they're all one, um, when you're resting in your pure Buddhahood, you have mirror-like wisdom. This mirror-like wisdom in samsara um, turns to anger and seeds the eighth consciousness to create space. Blue. It's associated with blue. Your wisdom of equality, uh, sort of associated with that oneness, when you oscillate it, essentially, when you essentially vibrate it, we can say, for lack of, we need to describe this conventionally somehow, okay? So don't get too hung up on the words, but your equality gets uh, vibrated through yellow into your ego, your pride. So that turns to earth. Your discerning wisdom gets associated with your thinking mind and emotional mind. That's red. And with the power of desire, this red desire creates fire. Your all accomplishing wisdom, which again relates to oneness, gets through the green light, turns into the five senses and air, reifies air. Your wisdom of Dharmata, against, is seeding your consciousness with ignorance through white light and reifying water. You have it? Okay, you're welcome. Any other comments or questions on that? A lot of this text is going to be about that. It sounds like so far. Okay. All right. Sorry to interrupt, Yeshe. But like I've said, I think a true transmission is when we understand it. That's the best sort of many types of transmission, probably. But I prefer that we understand what the text is saying. Okay.
Oh, good. O great Bodhisattva, this you must know. Besides me, the all-creating sovereign, the maker, there is no other maker. None besides me creates reality. None besides me establishes that teaches three forms of manifestation. None besides me establishes the hosts of retinues. None besides me establishes the things as they are in their reality. Sempadolce, by me you are. I shall show you my own being. My own being has three aspects. My own being is the mind of perfect purity. Pure is thought to be the nature of the limpid in its three aspects of totality. Perfect is thought as the nature of the limpid as encompassing the three reasons. The limpid is all-encompassing like the sky. The nature, what is called mind, is thought as the ceaseless, all-encompassing, all-creating sovereign. Everything is made, all is generated in the mind of perfect purity. Such she spoke. This is the second
Okay. Wait.
chapter.
The, for some reason, they didn't go too far into that, but that was the essence, nature, and display that we talk about here. Yeah. Go ahead. You
So
can finish that
this
last
is the
sentence.
second chapter of the all-creating sovereign, the mind of perfect purity, in which is explained how reality has become apparent.
Mhm. Okay, I say we go for a little bit more. Are you okay reading more?
Yeah. 3. Then the all-creating sovereign, mind of perfect purity, spoke about how I have become in the past the maker of all things. O great Bodhisattva, lend me your mind to the ear. Understand my words by virtue of listening. Oh, I am the all-creating sovereign. I am the mind of perfect purity, the maker of all. If I were not existent in the past, no vigor were there for all things to originate. If I were not existent in the past, no sovereign were there who made all things. If I were not existent in the past, none were there to be the teacher from the primordial. If I were not existent in the past, none were there to teach from the primordial. If I were not existent in the past, that which is known as retinues would not be there from the primordial. Sempadolce, do not have doubts. Also you, O great Bodhisattva, are an emanation of me. Such she spoke. Then Sempadorje addressed the all-creating sovereign mind of perfect purity. O all-creating sovereign mind of perfect purity, you are from the primordial, the Great One, because you, the creator of teacher, teaching, and retinue, as well as of all things, have made them. How then do all things come into existence? It seems that you, the creator, have made them. Has then one teacher appeared, or many? Is there one teaching, or many? Are the retinues one, or many? Such, he asked. Then the all-creating sovereign, mind of perfect purity, spoke again. O the self-originated pristine awareness, sole teacher of all, appears as the three aspects of my own being, and with regard to the number of teachers, they come into existence as three. Because I am one with suchness, the reality of all things is this suchness. Nothing is except myself. It is the mind of perfect purity. From me emanated the teacher's three forms of manifestation that teach the retinues the three forms of teachings. My actuating essence has been manifest as one, and because my own being is declared to be one, all is one as it is the all-creating sovereign retinue. But the retinues of the teachers, though emanating from me, are of three divisions. Such she spoke. Sempadorje asked, O teacher of the teachers, all-creating sovereign, from you the teacher's three forms of manifestation emanated, but is there a path for the sentient beings to your stage or not? If not, can one reach your stage or not? If so, does one reach it by means of progressing on a spiritual path or by not progressing? The all-creating sovereign. Listen, O great Bodhisattva. The teacher's three forms of manifestation emanate from me, but there is no path on which you could proceed towards my stage. I have shown the self-originated pristine awareness, but all the Buddhas of the three times have taught the retinues associated with the teacher's three forms of manifestation a universal path. It is the path to liberation in 5 stages. The 5 paths of the 5 self-originated pristine awarenesses are attachment, hatred, ignorance, pride, and jealousy. This is the true universal path. It is the 5 aspects of self-originated pristine awareness. Such, she said. Sempadorje. O teacher of the teachers, all-creating sovereign, expound the 5 paths in accordance with the self-originated pristine awareness. How has come to be what is known as self-originated? What are the synonyms for the term awareness? What is given as meaning of path? I beg you to expound the meaning of the 5 paths as to the 5 aspects. It is attachment, hatred, ignorance, pride, and jealousy. Such, he asked. The all-creating sovereign. Great Bodhisattva. With regard to the path of the 5 aspects of the self-originated pristine awareness, it is as follows. Self-originated is said because it is without cause and condition. Pristine awareness is said because it is lucid in its ceaselessness. There is no reason to proceed in this path as it is without cause or conditions. The five self-originated pristine awarenesses are known as the five paths on which one cannot progress. Desire is to want the things for oneself. Attachment is to covet that which one desires for oneself. Mind is the nature of the unborn, and wrath is to hate its miraculous variety. Ignorance is not to achieve clarity about the divisions of sameness and reality through meditating on the non-conceptual. I am the unerring mind of perfect purity. In this suchness I am sovereign from the primordial, because everything is one in suchness. To appreciate and depreciate the notion of existence and non-existence will create a jealous feeling. This is the explanation about the five paths on which there is no progress. O great Bodhisattva, listen. All things, in the way they appear, come forth from these five paths of the self-originated pristine awareness. The realm of desire is the self-originated pristine awareness. So is the realm of form, and so is the realm of formlessness. Because I, the all-creating sovereign, have created them, all things made by me are known as the actuation of the pristine awareness, that all the beings of the six different categories living in the threefold world are not the self-originated pristine awareness. Such I have never proclaimed. Furthermore, I do not say that the mind of perfect purity is not the progenitor of all Buddhas. The all-creating sovereign's nature is declared as the three aspects of reality. The unborn reality does not truly appear, but is explained as the realm of formlessness. With regard to the wonders of existence as form, it is taught that the realm of form. Given the fact that compassion comes forth as an actuation of pristine awareness, compassion becomes manifest as the realm of desire in order to exhaust the karma of good luck and ill by compassion. Such she spoke. This is the third chapter of the all-creating sovereign, mind of perfect purity, in which is explained how all things originated as deeds done by the all-creating sovereign.
Okay, thank you so much. I think there's a key point there. The term, the exact term, something like the the path that doesn't need to be accomplished, or something like that, right? Maybe we should pull that term actually, but uh, it's saying that the five paths are the five afflictive emotions, and and there's no effort, there's no doing in that. So to me, this is very telling. This sort of reinforces our approach here in the group, that we start to befriend our jealousy, ignorance, desire, etc. And we sort of release our attachment, and and our anger towards the displays of our own mind. That would be like getting mad at something inside of your dream that you're creating. You're creating that object that you're getting mad at. So you're creating the object, the person, and the getting mad. All of those. What is the term here? Maybe something like, oh, you have it there? The explanation about the paths that require no progress. Is that it? The five paths on which there is no progress. Yeah, I like the way that was phrased. And that really summarizes Dzogchen right there. The five paths on which there is no progress. You're using your afflictive mind as the path. And the more you see your own mind, the more you're free of it. Because this awareness nature that many of you are beginning to touch or familiarize with, it's so special that this whole book is created about it. Yet at first it can seem very mundane. But I encourage you all to really logically put that together, that all these texts are about your mind,